Welcome back, friends. We are back at the airport at Hot Chili doing our first unassisted oil change. He's done it before, I haven't, so you'll get to learn with me. And we figured we might as well tell you about how we ended up with Hot Chili. This is our first airplane we've bought. We've got a story for you about that.
Yeah, well, it's not our first actual airplane that we purchased together. It is technically our second. For us, we consider this to be our first.
First airplane that actually flies. So we'll tell you more about that along the way.
Yeah, check out how we do the oil change. Is the through hole, and there's a cover for the, we have a quick drain on this, so we're able to quickly release the oil from the oil pan. And so this is a little cover plate right here that we just have to undo and slide to the side so we can get the hose to go up onto the quick drain port. And a 90-degree screwdriver works a lot better for this, but this is what we have today.
We've got our hose, it's perfectly fitted. This is the hose we use for every oil change. Every meaning we've done it once before. We're also going to do an oil sample on this oil change. So while we were at Oshkosh, we got this Blackstone oil analysis kit. Our engine is a little bit high time, so we're just trying to be extra on top of everything going on with it.
All right, here's the sample tube. There's all the kit. We fill this guy up.
This is the return label.
Just trying to see what all this is.
I don't know if that comes out or stays in.
It comes out.
Okay, we need that return label. Name, address, aircraft oil analysis. This is our actual sample tube. That's the thing we mail it back in. Then we'll fill out this info. Noisy airport.
All right, so we have do. Feel free to sample the oil at any temperature, hot or cold. It doesn't really matter. Do sample the middle of the drain stream, though if you don't, that's okay. Do sample the pump if you want to keep using the oil currently in place. Don't drink the oil. It's tempting, but trust us, you'll never get that taste out of your mouth. Okay, there we go. So this is going to come up. Everything else is in place.
And there comes the oil. Stopped at O'Reilly Auto Parts on our way here. Got ourselves an oil wrench, oil filter wrench.
Hopefully it's the right size. Just this goes on it and then it'll pull down. So
just cut this?
So what I would do is I would grab with those and try and unspin it at first, because we want to prevent from just little shards of safety wire shooting off, and I don't think you can get to there easily. So I would undo what's wound up there with the wires.
On the end here?
Yeah, yep.
And then just cut one side of it so we can pull it through.
Exactly. Perfect, that'll work out stellar. Cool, good job.
Are you having fun yet?
Heck yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, just all underneath, because what's about to happen is it's about to go whooshing off the side here. Yeah, a little bit of force. Oh, SnapOn is right here.
Oh.
That's what I was hoping to hear.
Maybe they'll have the tool we need.
Yeah, what else do we need?
The
hammer and...
a ball peen hammer.
Yeah, let's talk to this guy.
Can you believe it? The SnapOn truck just drove up, and we actually need a couple tools.
Yeah, he's pulling up right now.
Need one of those wrenches or tools where you can pull the end, and it twists the safety wire for you. We were hoping for a better Zeus screwdriver than the one we have.
Hey, are we able to just buy stuff from you here?
A ball peen hammer,
great.
and what do they call it?
This worked out
it's
so
kind of like
well.
a little nail to put a hole in the oil filter.
Yeah, we want to get, we need to get a hammer An owl? Some sort of like little punching device? Okay, we'll come check it out. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Oh yeah, sweet. You're set up.
Wow. This is so cool. You just drive around and sell stuff at the airport?
Correct. Yeah, and then at the automotive shop, same. Yeah.
Love that.
Cool.
See, like these are the smaller ones for the safety wire pliers. Like
Mark this down.
that's the bigger safety wire.
Yeah, yeah,
pliers.
that's it.
That one's a little bit bigger than this one.
Yeah. Or you can spin it either way.
Correct, left and right.
Yeah, I
You set
see
that.
that.
Oh, correct. Those are $285, the bigger ones.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, it's the bigger ones are cheaper?
A little bit less.
Screwdrivers from here and a couple
Yeah.
old tools.
Yeah.
That's why and stuff's made here in the States, which is cool. Same through.
No, ratcheting ones are sort of those incorporated in smaller.
What do you think, Buns?
Yeah, it's worked out so well. Oh, all right, Bill. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
It's
Thank you so much.
Taylor and
You bet.
Carson.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Thanks,
Nice
man.
to meet you.
Yep, nice to meet you.
you.
That was clutch. We got him. It worked out so well. Jeez.
Love it.
What are the chances of that?
You've got good luck.
I knew that the SnapOn guy was going to come by today. I just
Well, I see
knew
him
it.
driving around sometimes. I never know what day.
Yeah, I just
We
felt
got
good.
it.
All right, let's see where we're at on this. Hopefully the oil's still flowing. You can help me grab, I
I can.
think it's all right
You
here.
can tell I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving, Marvin.
Okay, I'm gonna put this in our bag.
All right, here we go.
Yay.
I'm just going to dump this in.
Yeah, it was time. We pushed it all the way to the 50, or it was like 47 hours, but that was intentional. I think we're gonna move up to 35-hour oil changes moving forward.
Okay, grab a rag right here.
Beautimous.
Yeah, that's okay. Man, it is tempting to drink.
I love that they have some humor though in the
Yeah,
instructions.
that's great. All right, we got the cap on. Put it in the little bag. There we go. Put this in. We'll put our stuff with it. That was good job, honey. Thanks. It's going well.
While we wait for the oil to change, thought I'd tell you a little story as to why this is our 1.5 first airplanes we've ever bought.
SnapOn guys are great.
Guy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's helped us out. That was perfect.
So, what was it? 3 years ago, October, we had just moved to San Diego. 3 years ago, October, we were looking for a little commuter airplane, something that he could commute back and forth, and was fuel efficient.
Well, in addition to a really good training airplane for you to start your pilot's license training in.
Exactly.
Something fuel efficient, forgiving, reasonable to operate and afford to purchase.
A starter aircraft. We got a lead on an aircraft out of Texas. It was a little Cherokee 140. Had been a trainer for many years. Seemed like a good bird. And with a little bit of guidance, we had a family friend go out there and do a pre-buy on it for us. I'm not quite sure what all went down on the pre-buy in terms of how thorough it was, but the decision was made like, yeah, it looks like a pretty good airplane. It's going to need a little bit of work, but Carson's dad is an AMPIA, so Chris was willing to help us kind of get into the plane, get it operational, and get us going on our first airplane. On Carson's birthday, October 25th, and as I'm saying this, I'm realizing a little bit of a trend with his birthday and airplanes.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. On his birthday, we were out at dinner, we got the go-ahead, pulled the trigger on this plane. We got flights out to Texas for the next morning. On our way to the airport that morning, went to the bake, got our cashier's checks, and we were on our way to go buy the Cherokee.
Yeah.
Once in Texas, the man who sold it to us was really kind, picked us up from the airport, all that, took us out to the smaller airport where the Cherokee lived. And Carson went up with the CFI just to get checked out in the Cherokee 140. He's got a zillion hours, but you still have to have a little checkout for insurance reasons to fly it home.
Yeah, we ended up, pulling the trigger on this plane. We bought it, and Ended up flying it home, and just a few things pretty immediately popped up that we noticed. Radios weren't working as well as we were told. Yeah,
And
really
a couple
just the
other
state.
odds and ends.
Yeah, the state of the airplane, it just, really needed to have been flying a lot, and it hadn't been flying a lot. Yeah.
It was evident once we were about 30 minutes out of the airport that it lived at that it was going to be more of a project than we intended. And mind you, I hadn't started my flight training yet. It was cute. It had one of these trims up on the ceiling, so that was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And he's been flying jets, so I felt totally safe us embarking on this journey. But
yeah, it was a big 15.5 hour long flight home, and after we got it home back to California, immediately I actually went into maintenance where my dad, who's the AMP and the IA, and I really deemed that there were some issues that we had to address with it.
pretty much everything he opened or looked into, he was shocked that it was not at all how it was sold to us. And at one point he kind of joked like, I can't believe you guys made it all the way home in the airplane.
Yeah, so really learned our lesson.
A lot of lessons learned there.
Yeah, with that, as far as, we found out about an airplane that we really didn't have any history on. We had a family friend go do a pre-buy for us, which it needs to be somebody that can objectively look at an aircraft, perform a pre-buy, look through everything, and then give you a, hey, this makes sense, or here's how much maintenance that you're going to need to put into the plane. Because that was really the part that we didn't foresee coming. Spending an extra 20 grand on top of the airplane that we had just purchased when we thought it was in perfectly flat shape.
Well, and I think it would have been more than
Yeah,
that. The airplane, for the record, is still not flying 3 years later. It's still a project plane. So that's our asterisk on our first airplane. We don't consider it, it's like halfway our first airplane purchase because we learned a lot. We spent a little money on it. We flew it the one time, but it's still not flying to this day. We never got to fly it again. So lessons learned there. Pre-buy is super, super important. Heeding our lesson on the Cherokee experience, last summer we got into escrow on a J model Bonanza. If you watched last year's Oshkosh video, I mentioned a couple times we're excited to be shopping for our future plane. We had a deposit down in escrow. The plane was coming from Alabama. The guy was incredible who owned it and had been flying it for its basically entire lifetime.
Yeah.
And so for this aircraft, the owner flew the airplane to an ABS approved shop, and we had one of the best, the Ripleys actually, do the pre-buy on it. He was super thorough, came in on a Saturday, really incredible to work with. But again, after a peek under the hood, so to speak, the airplane came back with so many more problems and maintenance issues that needed to be addressed right away, that for the price it was going to go for, plus another 20 grand of maintenance on top of that, it didn't make sense, and we didn't want another Cherokee situation.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we did have to cancel that deal.
Yeah, but a lot was learned. We got into this pre-buy. It was like, hey, here's a perfectly flying plane. We get into it, and we saw a bill that was massive for the required maintenance that needed to be done for this thing to be airworthy.
And the owner was flying it, had no problems flying it regularly, but that's just not a risk we were willing to take on, especially after the sting of our last aircraft purchase.
Yeah, so got out of that.
We were a little heartbroken. We had our heart set on getting a Bonanza last year. And between the Cherokee and last year's Bonanza, I had since gone on to get my pilot's license through the Plus One Club at Montgomery. And I started working on my instrument license by that point. So even still buying a Bonanza, I wasn't going to meet the insurance at the time for a while. Getting your instrument rating is one of the requirements.
Yeah, but the Cherokee really no longer fit our mission of what we were looking for, right? We're looking for a plane that the two of us could fly and enjoy, in addition to me using it as a safe commuter bird to go back and forth to LA where I work. I'm a corporate pilot there. And also for us to be able to bring friends along. And that's why we were shopping for a Bonanza.
Our mission had just grown a little bit. I was coming up to speed at the time really quickly in the flying world, and it was a reach aircraft for me, but it was a much better fit for our mission. So that's how we decided on a Bonanza at that point. After the J model fell through, we were heartbroken, but we didn't want to force something. We wanted the right sale to come through because it's a big purchase, of course, and it's an airplane that we're going to have for the next while. It's going to fit our mission for quite a few years. And that brings us to hot chili.
Yeah, it's wild.
Tell me about hot chili buns.
I've been around hot chili for easily the last 15 years, flying formation with the previous aircraft owner and becoming a very good friend of his. And it was really interesting because this individual was at a point in his career where he was shifted into becoming a professional pilot. And unfortunately, just didn't have the time to fly this. So he made mention that he was kind of, there were rumblings of he wanted to sell.
Considering selling it, wanted it to go to a good home, didn't want it to sit and rot on the ramp.
And so he posted it to the local, family, a local
Your
family
greater
aviator.
flying family.
Yeah, my dad immediately saw it and sent it to us for like, hey, you guys should check this out. We immediately hopped on the phone.
And so this is October of last year. We talked it over. Is this the right choice? It's quite a bit of money. This was our down payment for a house. Are we going to kind of shift our priorities and our goals? And we decided
that one.
definitely yes.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I mean, it's definitely a fun asset, but
non-standard, of course, but
yeah, it's really made for me. It's made the commuting just to work so much easier. I'm flying this up to LA tomorrow. And for us, it's also, we've been able to do ski trips up to Mammoth. We've been able to go to Oshkosh in our very own airplane now. It's just been really incredible.
I've done a few lunches on Catalina with it.
Yeah.
And to kind of circle back to his birthday, the October thing, on October 25th of his birthday, this last year, his 30th birthday, we bought hot chili, and Chris delivered it to KSBP, San Luis Obispo, where we're both from and where his dad works, has a signet and AIA and all that. And this is where we bent our rule a little bit about the pre-buy. We didn't do a pre-buy prior to buying it, but since the airplane had been in, the airplane family for a while, we were all familiar with it. We know Chris, and we also had Carson's dad, Chris, and our other good buddy, Dave, both AMPIAs, waiting. As soon as the airplane was delivered, we did an owner-assisted pre-buy, tore the whole thing out.
Yeah, Chris, Dave, and Eric, shout out.
And Ron. Big shout out to everyone who helped. We couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, Chris, Dave, Ron, and Eric, big shout out, guys. That was really huge. They really helped us out. It was a big 2 days out going through
Even
this.
my dad came out and helped for a little while, and he doesn't know
Mike
anything
came
about
out,
airplanes, but he was there for just another set of hands, ACF 50, some lines,
It was a really special moment for
all hands on
Taylor
deck.
and I, but everybody that, we're buying our first Beechcraft.
And this is our first, in our minds, official airplane, made us airplane owners.
Yeah.
And so the pre-buy on it was really cool to be a part of. I grew up always working on cars with my dad. It was always important for him to teach me that, the machine you own and that moves your body around, you should know it and not be afraid to put your hands on it, work on it. And
Much like what we're doing our own oil change right now out on the ramp, just getting in the trenches with it and getting to know her.
There's a little pride of ownership there. And so what do we do for the pre-buy when we went through it all together?
Yeah, so Taylor touched on this, but yeah, we kind of broke our rule in the fact that we didn't have a pre-buy already done. We had already agreed on a price. We had already agreed on the airplane because of the history we had with it, right? We'd flown with this. I had flown with this airplane for over 15 years. I knew the previous owner who owned this. He used this to commute in. I knew the avionics were solid in it. This was a working, flyable aircraft. And so we didn't do a pre-buy until we had purchased it, and Chris flew the airplane to San Luis Obispo, and we spent 2 days and completely went through everything. Essentially
16 hours a day at the airport.
Essentially doing an annual on the aircraft, which was just huge. We tore the thing apart, went through everything,
I cleaned off the whole gear motor, IACF 50, every cord all through underneath the wings. You completely
we opened up all
out the tail cone.
Every inspection cover plate came off. We looked at
the entire interior pulled out.
Yeah, we lubed all the cables. We did everything. We went into the tail of the aircraft all the way to running compressions on the engine. Really, and we did gear swings. We went through this airplane, and it was really awesome for Taylor and I because we got to really know it, to really see the systems, to understand this airplane inside and out.
And our number 3 cylinder, we needed to.
We lapped the cylinder, so the compression was just slightly low. Not that compression says everything about your engine, but The compressions were a little bit on the lower side. We were hearing hissing through the valve, and so what we were able to do is
Borescoped it.
yeah, we borescoped it. Yeah, we borescoped all the cylinders and everything. The wear patterns looked really good. The cylinder heads looked really, the burn patterns looked really good. Yeah, we ended up needing to lap in one of the valves just to get the compression to go up a little bit. Unfortunately, it came back, so we've had no issues with it. We've been on 100 hours since.
Yeah, and we bought this airplane. It has the IO 550 in it, which was a must for both of us in choosing our Forever Bonanza.
Yeah.
We've both flown a number of different Bonanzas and Debonairs that have both the 470, the 520, and the 550.
Yeah.
And for us and our mission, there was no other option but for the 550, and so that was a huge selling point on this aircraft. And it was a V model, which is
Classic. Can't go wrong.
yeah, super classic. And we bought it with 1,400 something hours on the engine, so kind of like medium high time, but with a lot of usable life left.
Yeah, we'll have another few years before we need to look at an engine.
And that's part of why we're being so detail oriented with the maintenance now that we are owners of this aircraft, with this oil sample and just kind of all the little loving bits of attention we can give it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
been a huge fun project for Taylor and I. It's a really cool, just ownership, pride of ownership in this incredible asset that we're so fortunate to call ours.
yeah.
Hot chili.
Hot chili. And you'll see in one of my videos we did a mic'd up bath time for hot chili. So,
Oh, yeah.
Our date nights look like this at the airport a lot more these days, and we just absolutely love it.
Yeah, big takeaways when purchasing an aircraft are find somebody that can objectively look and do a pre-buy on your plane. Spend the money, get it done right. It's going to save you money in the long run.
It's worth every penny, and you will always find more issues in the aircraft after you purchase it.
Sure.
But going into it knowing that the issues that did come up or didn't are within reason, that it's a project you're willing to take on.
Of course, you want a complete damage history. Some of the planes that we looked at previously did have damage history, whether that's a gear up aircraft, whether that's
The
damage
hanger falling.
a hanger fell on a plane that we were actually in escrow on.
Yeah, the JMO.
And pre-buy, really look at it and be like, okay, was this repair done properly?
And drill down a little bit more on some of those aspects.
Yeah, but overall, you got to find the plane that fits your mission.
Yeah.
And we found that with hot chili. We're stoked.
We couldn't be happier. A little update on my flying. So I have since gotten my instrument rating.
Woo!
Yay!
It's awesome. It's huge.
I don't meet our insurance yet, or it'd just be super expensive to name me on the insurance. So right now, he's the only one named on the insurance, and I'm flying it either with him or with someone who meets our open pilot policy to build time. I need about 30 more hours in hot chili until I can officially be named on our insurance.
She's getting close.
I had all the other requirements met, 250 total time, instrument rating, 25 in type, but it's actually 100 hours retractable is what I've been missing. So that's what I've been working on in hot chili in the past 70 hours have just been amazing.
Yeah, a lot of really fun. We went to Oshkosh.
Done all the scary things.
Advanced deep stalls, flew to Catalina. Barely keep you out of the sky. Playing crazy.
Playing crazy.
So I think that's just going to keep draining. It's not
Yep.
going anywhere. Love ya. We're doing well. Do we run out, grab a quick bite to eat, and we'll come back.
Hippo.
Come back, put the new filter on, put a bunch of oil back in the engine. We'll be good.
And we'll be good. Bye. So we're back from dinner. Quick little dinner at Casa Machado while the oil finished draining out.
Sweet.
Taking out the oil filter.
All right. Got the new Tempest oil filter. Screwing it up. St. Louis.
What a handy dandy oil filter
Wrench. Okay.
And then when you take it off, are you gonna turn it over real quick?
Flip it over. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Well done.
Here's the pump.
Okay.
Tell me what it's doing.
Okay, ready.
Is the oil moving?
It's going down, which is what we want. Yeah, it only went down a little.
We're taking this one off in a way where we can just copy this a similar wire band to put it in the same spot. Alright, that guy's off.
Got it all dialed in. Nice, you got that so well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm just tucking those out of the way for now.
Okay.
This guy's going back on. And this is the same size?
Yeah.
488, 109.
Mm-hmm. So how do you know how tight to get it?
Well, that's the whole thing.
What do you mean?
There's supposed to be it's supposed to be 16 to 18 foot-pounds. So
Why did it beep for a second?
because I exerted the force.
Oh.
So because I'm squeezing against there's 16. Cool.
Perfect.
Okay, we got it. 17. First, I gotta pull it here
Yeah.
to
Make it the same
even
way?
these out, and then we're gonna spin this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to this one, I think. Here.
Yeah.
Is that where that one was?
Yeah, but you need to go around the back so it tightens.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. So right now, what we're doing, honey, is we're just trying to
And
coil
is this clamp just like normal, or does it like clip in some sort of way?
Yep. Exactly. Watch. So here. So when I squeeze this, nothing happens. I have to use this. See here? See this?
Oh.
This has to go like that. And then it locks in. So now it's locked in.
Okay.
So now I can switch the direction,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Whee! Okay.
And I'm going to grab down just a little bit lower here.
Yeah, because we still need to thread it around.
Yeah, because we want
Good
it to come
catch.
around to like here,
Yeah.
or where we want it. So I'm going to squeeze this again,
Yeah.
right here. Squeeze, and lock it in.
Okay, you pressed up that middle
This
center
middle part,
thing
yep.
up. Oh, look at our fun new tool.
It's badass. Sweet.
And how do you know how little to make those coils?
Well, I'm kind of just looking at the other one. But you don't want to do too much, but you don't want to do not enough. I'd say that looks pretty similar.
Really good.
Probably pretty. Yep, that's a good call.
The near one or the far one? Do we have enough to go the far
No,
one?
I think we're gonna do this near one here. Yeah, this is perfect. Thanks, honey. Appreciate all your help. So what's important about this is I'm gonna pull it. So as I pull it, then we're gonna tighten it. Yeah. So sweet, dude. Just F-22s wrapping around over there.
Shout out to Miramar.
Yeah.
Send that one under.
So I just gave it a little pull,
Okay.
just to cinch that up, and then I'm gonna go probably like back here.
Okay.
Just that way it gives a little bit of a tab. And hold on to the other half of it, because you don't want that to go shooting.
What do you mean?
So you don't want that to just go shooting off into the engine compartment. Yeah, there you go. Good job, dear. Good job, honey. And that's just so when we're reaching in there, it's not gonna hurt us.
I think that's good.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna lighten this.
Hopefully we're done soon.
Yep.
Our plane is so cool. And they just fire it up and taxi down away. Going flying.
Ah. You think they're landing here? Or Lindbergh?
Here, just really, really fast with a lot of airspeed.
Yeehaw, dude. Yeah. Love you, honey. I'm tired.
Got a rag out of there.
We'll focus on it. That's off.
Beautiful engine.
Let's drive vertically, but I'm just gonna wipe this off. And then what I'm wondering is, one size fits all. How about that, folks? That was great.
Right. That's it for our oil change and story time. I learned a lot. He's done it before, so I got to assist, learn how the oil change is done, and proud of us.
Yeah.
First owner, non-assisted oil change.
Yeah, it was super solid. We got, yeah, it went really well.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish buttoning it up, run it through fuel, make sure it's not leaking around anything.
Make sure we have the right amount in there. If we need to add a little, probably taxi over, get some fuel, and go home.
Yeah, fly tomorrow.
It's a fly tomorrow. So thanks for hanging with us this evening. I hope to see you in the next video. And if you enjoyed hanging out with Hot Chili, please like and subscribe. Helps my channel and lets me do more of this with you. Bye.
Excellent.